Are you an indie podcast or content creator looking to reach a wider audience? Look no further. Introducing Podcastic, the ultimate podcast network designed exclusively for indie creators like you. At Podcastic, we believe in the power of unique voices and fresh perspectives. We're here to amplify your passion and creativity, connecting you with a growing community of engaged listeners who crave original content. Podcastic is more than just a platform. It's a support system built for indie podcasters, offering a range of resources to help you succeed. From tailored promotional campaigns to professional production assistance, we're here to help you shine. Our intuitive platform makes it easy for you to be seen and heard. We do all the heavy lifting for you. You just show up and create. Plus, with our advanced analytics, you'll gain valuable insights into your audience's preferences, allowing you to refine your content and grow your fan base. Ignite your passion, expand your reach, and thrive with podcasting. Visit our website at www.podcasticlife.com to get started. Podcastic, the home for indie podcasts and content creators.
The content you're about to hear is a part of a paid programming segment. The views, opinions, and statements expressed belong solely to the sponsor and do not reflect those of Podcastic or its host. This segment is for informational and promotional purposes only and should not be considered as advice or endorsement. Listener discretion is advised.
One step closer, you got to get one step closer, closer to love, closer to God, closer to who you want to be in life. Why? You got to get one step closer, closer to love, closer to God, closer to who you want to be in life. Take one step at a time to reach your goals.
Hey everybody, happy Thursday. So glad you made it with me, here with me today. So glad that you made it. It's a good day. It's still on the chillier side, but we here, sun is shining and I'm feeling good. So today we have another great show. And today is just me. I don't have a guest today, so it's a little bit different. I'm actually excited for it to just be me solo, because I'm reaching different heights on One Step Closer, so I'm definitely proud for sure. So we're gonna go right into it. My topic for today is the power of therapy and counseling, and I think that they are both very, very important. And I personally have been in both therapy and counseling. I feel like they are different in a sense. I don't feel like they're the same, but I do feel like it is necessary. The more you get older and the more you go through in life, I feel like it is necessary for therapy. So I do. So I want to ask a question to the audience. Have you ever considered therapy? If so, what form? How did it help you? You can definitely call in at 810-560-0658. For me, I have considered therapy. It wasn't until I got a little bit older, and I first did therapy for anger management, and I know that's a little shocking for me, but yes, I did anger management. I'm sorry, Miles just shot me this look like that's crazy, but no, I did go for anger management, and I only went for a short period of time because I started to feel like I wasn't being angry anymore, or I didn't feel that way, so I thought that I was healed. I thought that everything was okay, so I stopped going to therapy. And what I can say is that what you put into therapy is what you get out of therapy. You have to do the work. You have to do the assignments. You have to want to go. You have to want to participate. I know a lot of people just is like, well, I got to go because it's court order, or I have to go because it's a part of some extracurricular service or community service, I have to go. But what you put into therapy is definitely what you get out. So when I was younger, I didn't really hear too much about therapy. I didn't hear about it until I got older, and it was still cliche for me. Even when I was going in high school, I went for therapy with anger management, and it was because I did not know how to talk about my dad. I could not talk about my dad without getting the lump in my throat, like I was about to cry just with having simple conversation about him, which is why I knew that I needed to talk to somebody. I knew that I needed to get some form of therapy. So at the time, I went to somebody that I did not know. He was a pastor at the time, and it's interesting because he wasn't of my race. He was another race, and at first I was a little leery. I'm like, I don't want to do this, but then I started to actually like to go to therapy. And then my mom ended up joining in with me to go to therapy, because with her learning how to help me throughout things that, can just help for the overall success of my journey of growing out of this place I was in, of anger, of confusion, of resentment, not knowing. So that did open it up. And then I do want to ask also with the audience, if you have sought out to do therapy and you've stopped going, what are some of those reasons? Did it have to do with the cost of therapy? Was it too much? Was insurance not covering it? Was it fear? Was it, maybe the fear of not finding the right therapy place, not finding one that would maybe fit your schedule, you just having to go to therapy? Like, that's a mental take that a lot of people aren't ready to actually sit with. Like, one day you're fine, you're going on about your life, and then the next day you're signing up to have to go to therapy. So it does take a mental toll in that sense. I know for me, when I did break my ankle and had to go through physical therapy, I was going strong. I was going 3 times a week at one point, and then I had to start decreasing those days down because my insurance wasn't covering it. I only had a certain allotted amount of days per year that I can go. And then if my insurance lapsed, then that means that I would have to pay out of pocket for these visits, and they are costly. So I know that insurance is one of the major reasons why people don't want to go to therapy, outside of it being taboo or it being cliche. Hey, Louis, hey, what's going on? Thank you. I want to thank you to everybody in the comments for tapping in. I do appreciate it. Hey, Todd. Hey, Candace. Hey, Cal. Thank y'all for tuning in. And I think, so a question I have here is, why do people avoid therapy? So one of the reasons that I was saying was the cost. And then also a lot of people don't know where to find good physical therapists at. Like, what places do you search for? What people do you talk to? Do you trust in Google as far as the reviews or the 5 stars? For me, luckily, I was able to go where my grandma went for her physical therapy, and I saw that the care that they gave her and the love and support that they showed her, and I knew, like, okay, this is where I want to go. I seen the success story. I seen her make a full transformation after her surgery, so I had hope in knowing that this is where I want to go. But a lot of people don't even know where to start as far as booking an appointment or a consultation for therapy. So, hey, Sean P., what's going on? So I do want to touch into the different forms of therapy, because it is not just physical. You have individual therapy, which is more so the one-on-one sessions focused on personal growth, anxiety, depression, trauma, stress, or life transitions. You have the couples therapy, which is healing couples, improve communication, rebuild trust, resolve conflict, and strengthen relationships. And I've known some people that have went through couple therapy and it actually works. So family therapy also works on improving family communication, healing generational conflicts, and rebuilding relationships. And this may be good also for those blended homes or blended families. And then we have the group therapy. So people experiencing similar struggles, supporting one another in a professionally guided setting. I think that this is a really good one, group therapy, because it lets people know that they are not alone. It allows people to know that people are here for you, and you don't have to suffer just over in the corner by yourself. You can come in, you can express yourself, you can be vulnerable. So I think group counseling is is a top tier counseling option. So it's also addiction counseling. A lot of people don't even look into that. But I know a lot of people that are addicted to substances, to tangible things. So those type of counseling sessions are available. Career counseling. This can be structuring you to find out what you want to do. You can have an idea of what you like, but you have to kind of narrow that down and know what areas or what directions to kind of go in with that. So, and then you have child and teen counseling, which I think that we should push more of. Hey, Miss Monique, I think we should push more of the child and teen counseling to let them know that it is okay. And before they reach that adult status in life, they are already gaining the wisdom and the techniques and the skills on how to make it in the world and grow up to be an adult in society. I feel like that is what we need to push, maybe in schools. I know they have counselors in school, but typically those are for if you need more so academically for your classes and things like that. But I feel like it should be a thing that's mandatory in schools where each student should be allowed maybe 20-30 minute sessions, maybe once or a couple times a week, just to be like, hey, how is your day going? How is your week going? So I think that those are very important. And good afternoon. I mean, thank y'all for tapping in. I really do appreciate y'all. I do want to know just if y'all have been in any type of therapy and or counseling. Did it work for you? Would you recommend it to anyone else? Do you feel comfortable with your therapist being someone that you know? Does it make a difference as far as gender? Do you care if they're male or female, if you're a male or female? I just want to know your story and what way did counseling help, or does it help, or did it not help? And I also know that counseling and therapy does not just always have to look like going to a doctor or going into an office and sitting on the couch and laying your problems down. It can be a matter of calling your friends up and saying, hey, what's going on? I'm going through this. Hey, I need to vent about it, or I need to talk about it. I know me personally, me and my cousins, we do a thing that's called Thursday night wine night. We haven't done it in a long time, but it was one of those things to where we just got together and we talked about things and we poured and we expressed and we were each other's support system. So that is a form of counseling or therapy that you don't have to worry about insurance having a hold over. You don't have to worry about it being a certain amount of visits that you can go with. To these, you can just show up as your authentic self. You can just show up and be vulnerable and know that your friends and your girls and your people and your circle have your best interests at heart. So for sure. So hey Deja, what's going on? And thank you, Podcasting, for sure you right on. But yeah, but no, I definitely think that. So Miss Monique said I did counseling in high school and in college. Okay, Miss Monique, and that's cool because I only did mine in high school. Maybe I should have continued to go on through college. Do you mind telling Miss Monique what you went to counseling for? Can you call in at 810-560-0658? 810-560-0658. And Deja said, I actually like my therapist. It feels good to have someone to vent to. And I can definitely understand that. Shout out to Deja. That's one of my very close friends. So shout out to you and thank you for tapping in. But yeah, as we get older, we are going through a lot. It's a lot that we are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. And even though it is good to have your friends that you can go to and talk to, sometimes that isn't always the best because they can be going through things. And then too, a therapist is hopefully a licensed therapist. So with that being said, they have the tools and things to actually help you navigate through life. Whereas like your friend may be like, hey, I can empathize with you, but I can't quite sympathize because I haven't been in that particular situation. But whatever resource or whatever outlet I feel like that you have, I feel like you should definitely utilize that and do not keep it in, do not hold it in, because that can lead to ailments, that can lead to diseases, that can lead to sickness, that can lead to just health problems along the line. Stress is the number one killer, silent killer. So if you can talk to somebody in whatever shape, form, or capacity that looks like, please do it. I know that there's also options for counseling that is online or therapy that is online. So if you have a busy of schedule, you can definitely just sign up for that, so you can get that same help from the comfort of your home. So I think that that's a great option, because for me, I know that I have a busy schedule. For me to commit to a therapy session right now might be a bit much. So, and for me, I don't like starting things that I know I won't finish. So that can be another fear of counseling. Like, how long do I have to be here? When is it safe to stop going to counseling? I feel like all of those things that makes a difference, and we have to take those into consideration. Caller, you're on the air.
Hey, Shani.
Hey, Miss Monique, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I can't complain. Thank you for tapping in.
Yeah, no problem. Well, basically, I went to. I kind of give you a background why I did counseling. I always, when I went to high school, I went to a very large high school. I went to Cass. So, when I was in middle school, I was always at the top of my class, and then, Cass, when you go to Cass, it's like everybody is smart. Everybody is,
Yeah.
So it was just really kind of hard for me to transfer over, and kind of hard for me to fit in, and I struggle with my self-esteem and everything. And that was like a big thing. And then I kind of, you're so used to being, like I said, I was at the top of everything in middle school. And then, I was kind of slipping when I got to high school, because so I was disappointing my parents. So I was having, struggles with that.
Mm-hmm.
But it was it got better in college. I still was having some struggles in college. So that's why I did it when I was in college. But
Okay,
yeah,
but you do think it helped?
Yeah, I think it
Okay.
helped me.
Okay. And thank you
Yeah.
for sharing, Miss Monique, because I think that is, that's a big thing, that transition between high school and college, or just middle school and high school, and going to a different school, being around different people. And like you said, with Cass, that's a well-known school that you have to take testing to be able to get into it, and be able to stay there. So, and I know academic probation is a thing within Cass, so that can bring on a lot of pressure. And like you said, not wanting to make your parents not proud or disappoint them. I can understand just the pressure of that. So I'm glad that you had counseling or therapy in high school and in college, so that can kind of help you, know that it's going to be okay, and know that you're not alone, and that you have somebody to talk to.
Oh, yes, for sure. Yes.
Yes. Thank you so much, Miss Monique. I appreciate you.
No problem. Take care.
You as well.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. But yeah, that's why I feel like they should definitely be in schools, more so than just academically. Like somebody that can actually sit down and talk to you about things that's outside of coursework, outside of academics. So I do want to get to some of these comments. So Cal said, we are taking in double and triple the information we should daily. That alone gives us a reason to need therapy. That part. Caller, you're on the air.
Yeah, Telly.
Hey, what's going on, Ty? What's going on? Thank you for calling.
Yeah, no doubt. I was just calling to say that therapy could be essential, but you also have to understand that you got to listen to your therapist. Like I started going to therapy years ago to control my anger issues. My anger issues, I didn't just wake up with them. Like people used to get on my nerves, and I'm one of those 0 to 10 type of people fast, or I used to be. So it started off with anger management. Then it just led to other things, you know what I'm saying? whether it was marital issues or whatever the case may be. But those that it does help, but you got to do the work. Don't just sit up here, go to therapy, and then you don't do nothing that your therapist tell you.
For sure. For sure, because
So,
that's why
yeah.
you're going to them anyway. So I do agree with that. Definitely got to do the work, and what you put into it is what you will get out of it, for sure.
Yes, most definitely. And people out there, if y'all about to go to therapy, I know it's popular to go see a therapist now. Don't go in there lying. You paying somebody to lie to them is sick. That's a whole nother mental issue. I'm about to keep watching. Love you.
That part. Thank you so much. I do appreciate you for tapping in. Thank you. Thank you. And
sure.
I agree with that too. You do have to put in that work, and you do have to listen. You can't go in thinking that you know everything. And I do know that another form of therapy is journaling. Journaling is another form of therapy. Getting grounded, journaling, and just releasing whatever it is on your mind, even if it doesn't make sense, if it's not spelled right, just whatever is on your mind, you can journal, and that can be a sense of relief. I know I've done it, and me personally, once I journal, it's like a weight is lifted off of me. It's like I was able to essentially vent, but I didn't have nobody stopping me. I didn't have ears that'll lead to other rooms, or that'll my business will get back, or whatever the case may be. I was just able to vent on paper, whatever I want to do with that. I can crumble it up, I can save it, I can store it. And for me personally, I keep all of my journal entries and things like that. And as I'm cleaning up, I may find them or whatever, and it'll be from like a year or so ago. And I'll look back, and it'll be like exactly what I need to hear, or what I'm going through at that exact moment. It's like what I see that I've written before fits the now. And it gives me that push, and it gives me that encouragement to be like, okay, you got this. You can keep going. You can keep growing. So I look at that as a great way of therapy. And personally, life coaches is something that I'm hearing a lot more of too. Shout out to Miss Heather for being my life coach. So one of the questions was, do you think that therapy is better, or do you think that life coaching is better? And for me, I think that they're different. And for me, life coaching is more of how you're gonna navigate through your own journey in your own life. Life coaching is helping you with not only the now, but it's giving you the tools and the steps to move on in the future. I feel like with therapy, you typically going into therapy for a particular problem, or something that's at hand that's currently going on right now, and you're looking to seek therapy for that current problem at the moment. But for a life coach, they're walking with you. They're going through those changes with you. They're giving you those tools, and they're really getting to the deep root of what's going on, and that can be rooted from childhood. So they just said therapy for children allows them to be confident in themselves. My daughter has a therapist, and she's only 7. And I love that. And I think that we need more of that to not make it be taboo. Like, we need it to be more of a norm where people are going to therapy. It's like, we need to just start asking people, like, who is your therapist? Because we already know that you in therapy, not like it's a thing to where people gonna look at you like you crazy, or judge you, or be like, oh, what you in therapy for? So one of the questions that I do want to pose to everyone that's in the chat, everybody that is listening, when is a good time do you feel like to stop going to therapy? Is there ever a good time? Do you take breaks at that time and then you go back? Do you go back when you feel like the tools that you've learned no longer is working for you for whatever you went for? What is a good time, and when is a good time to stop going to therapy? Should you change therapists? How does that work? And what does that look like? Because for me, I only did one. I only had one counselor, and I was the pastor that I said that was the different race. And then I've had a life coach, which was Miss Heather. But other than that, I have not, switched or went to any others. So I personally want to get back in the groove of things, of going to therapy, going to counseling, making the time for myself, not letting that be an excuse, but actually making the time for sure.
I got a question.
Sure.
I do look like I look at a life coach or a coach to be a counselor.
Mm-hmm.
I don't look at them like no less than. Because a counselor does, by definition, what it says. It consoles you. It makes sure, the counselor makes sure that you have a particular type of understanding on whatever that subject or a matter is at that time during that session. So I look at life coaches, math coaches. They are counselors. Still, I don't look at them like they're any less than or that much separate from a therapist. The only thing between life coach or different coaches, they go by their own ideology, and you are trusting their ideology to fit your life. And I think that's the biggest difference.
Okay, I can agree with that. Like you said, I feel like they are still guiding and giving counsel. Just like a counselor or a therapist would. So I can definitely see why you would correlate them. The comments do say those friends that you call in clutch are very essential. I do agree with that, and let's go back up to stigma prevents many from seeking it out. And yeah, so that is why I feel like we need to get back to normalizing that. If we normalized it, it wouldn't be so taboo and people would actually feel okay with going. My friends personally, they tell me like, hey, I got my therapy session, my counseling session, and I'm rooting for them. I'm like, that's so good. I'm encouraging it. I think that it's amazing. Because like Cal said, we have so much that we're taking in on a daily basis. And it's like, where are these thoughts going? Where is this information going? It needs somewhere to go. So you want to be able to vent. I'll say vent responsibly. Like you don't want it to, like you said, overcrowd someone else. You don't want to tell somebody and then they tell somebody else. You don't want to speak on anything prematurely. So sometimes you do need to sit down and talk to somebody that you don't know, that won't judge you, that is unbiased, that'll just listen. And then, like I said, be able to help you navigate in this world and this thing we call life. So some myths and myths and facts of more so therapy and counseling. So we can go through these, Miles. So, therapy means that you are weak. Myth or fact?
No. It doesn't mean you're weak, but it doesn't mean you're weak as a person.
Okay.
It means that you're weak, that you know that you're weak. And if you're willing to do it, that it means that you know that your weakness is in this particular part of your life, and you're seeking help.
That's good. And you think that's the way that you're going to get stronger? You're going to grow by first identifying it and then trying to...
Yeah, in every book I ever wrote, I always say, put down your faults and then put down your truths. Once you put down your faults, you know they're there. Fix them. Bottom line.
That's good. That's good. You can give yourself some class for that. So therapists tell you what to do, myth or fact?
No.
Okay.
Elaborate. They strongly suggestively tell you how to do it.
But it's up to you to essentially do
That's it, yeah.
Okay.
Because that's the whole point of a therapist, I believe. They don't tell you what to do. No, what you got to do is this. No, they tell you, well, how does this make you feel?
Yeah.
See,
they use those I am statements.
Those things also can be detrimental to a conversation, and or if you're leaving it up to the wrong person to think that out. So that's why I never always agreed to therapists. The therapist that I have now, he just let me vent. Then he asked me a question. Does that make you feel angry? Does that make you feel kind of sad, disappointed in people? And then I say yes, no.
Yeah.
See, when things are yes, no situations, you really find out a lot about yourself.
For sure.
You really do.
Because you're hearing this out loud, and then not only that is that you're hearing your response also. And
the main thing is that not only that you're hearing your response, but you're also hearing the response of the other person. And that's the thing. That's the whole point of a therapist, I believe. They don't tell you what to do. No, what you got to do is this. No, they tell you, well, how does this make you feel? How does this make you feel? Then he asked me a question. Does that make you feel angry? you will find out you already knew the answer to it.
It's just the fact that someone asked you. If someone asked you and allowed you to think.
Yeah, well, yes, definitely, but not allowed you to think, but allowed you to say something without being judged.
Yeah.
And then make you realize, okay, I do have a voice. Because a long time ago, I never considered I had a voice until I came of age. When I came of age, I realized what I said meant a lot to a lot of different people. So my tone changed of not for delivery, but not sounding angry.
Okay.
You feel me?
So you had to kind of break that so that you can get through to people or work with different people.
No, not to work with people, but so I could finally be heard. An angry man cannot be heard.
Okay, I can agree with that.
You feel me? So, but now still to this day, I was joking with you about 2 weeks ago when I brought up the Hulk video thing when he said, "Hulk, it's time to suit up," and he said, "Can you get angry?" He said, "Here's the thing, I'm always angry."
Yeah,
and that's how I am to this day. I'm always angry. But it's not angry at things that most people think I'm angry about. I'm angry what's going on between the police, the fact that black boys is coming up missing and their body organs is gone.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm angry, but I cannot. This is the best way to me to stress it is on the podcast.
Yeah, where your voice can be heard. And like
Exactly.
you said, just doing different things where you felt like you didn't have a voice before, and now you're like, hey, no, I'm going to be heard. When you walk into those rooms, you speak up.
Yeah, not only is but my presence speak for itself.
Yeah.
And that's what people misunderstand. Like when you become of age of understanding of who you are, whose you are, and what your vision is, what your why is, you don't have to say nothing. Everybody gonna say it for you.
You don't.
People are going to say, oh, that's such and such. Oh, that's Todd. Oh, that's Chantel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to say. I learned at a very young age. I'm 18 years old. I'm almost we're going on to 19. I had like the #1 hit record there is throughout the country and throughout the city and moving through the country. And when I go to other cities, they're like, oh my God, you Doc Chill?
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I think about. Therapy just lets you breathe.
It does. It does. With everything going on, with all of the chaos, is a place, even if it's for an hour and a half, 30 minutes, it just gives you essentially an escape.
Now, if you're in the therapy for an hour and a half, you need a little bit more help than most people think.
Listen. Sometimes you got to double up on your sessions. You may have missed,
Even when I miss, I know what I want to point to.
Okay.
I've learned again.
So do you feel off when you miss therapy?
No. 9 times if I miss therapy, I don't have nothing to talk about.
Okay.
If I miss it, I missed it for a reason.
And I think that's interesting because I feel like even on those days when you don't have anything to say, I would say still go.
I would say still go too.
Still go. Still write things down. Still
if you're
say,
paying
hey.
for it, yes. If you're paying for it.
But even then, you can just be like, hey, nothing is wrong today, but I'm still happy. I'm still grateful to be here. Or I may not have something that's making me sad, but I do have something on my mind.
But that's another thing with me. I don't think therapist is meant for that. I don't think therapist is meant for you to lean on.
So you think that's more of a counselor?
That's more of a counselor. Therapy is for you to exercise your viewpoints. It's a way for you. It's a way for you to gather your thoughts, come with the proper decision making through that time, and realize that people don't care like you care about other people.
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what I'm learning.
Well, it ain't unfortunate for me. It's just an understanding that things happen, and people are more indulged in themselves than they are for other people. Because biblically, it says the reason why. You have to be aware of yourself first.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the word right now. But it's self. Oh my God!
Awareness.
No, not awareness. They didn't have drugs back then. No, but it's self-preservation. Mm-hmm. You have to learn about yourself first.
I agree.
And that's the problem with most people. I think when they go into therapists, they don't know the difference between the therapist, the coach, and the counselor.
Because some people bundle them all together, and I think that they're similar, but I feel like each one has their own.
Exactly. I mean, direction most definitely.
Yeah.
Like a therapist just to show you how. Like when you go to physical therapy, they can't do the work for you.
Yeah, they're just showing you the exercises and things like that, on what to do at home.
Just showing you how.
Yeah, how things are done.
They're not telling you how many you need to do. They're not telling you when you need to do it. They say they suggestively make things. They suggestively make accusations of saying this might be better for you in the morning.
Yeah,
you know
because they done been through a few cases of maybe what you're going through to be like, hey, best practices. Best practices, but I was gonna say best progress came from doing these things. So but okay. So myth or fact? Therapy is only for depression.
That's a myth. That's BS. A therapist is there to show you how. So if you come in there as an angry person, I was so angry, nobody can never tell. And that's why when people see me get angry, they say, oh my God.
Because it was just your everyday.
No.
So did you wear your angry just in a matter of I'm not smiling, but I'm still
somebody gonna get hurt.
Okay.
I mean, and it was the times I showed up, I was on that tip. But I'm not no gangster or a thug. So I realized my life I have to be careful. If I'm angry, I might have to just bust down. I might kick a door open.
Got you.
Just to prove that, whoa, I ain't mean it.
Yeah. I was gonna say, but for me, in those moments, now I walk away.
But
I used to feel like I needed to prove a point, or I used to feel like I had to be loud or hit something or destroy, you know what I'm saying? Break something or whatever the case may be, to be like, oh no, I meant what I said. I'm standing on my point so I can be heard. But now I'm noticing and learning that my silence is golden. I can walk away.
Did you damage stuff that was yours?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's not really
but that's besides the point. The point is you so messy. The point is that I don't do that anymore, and it is in a place of deliverance.
So you know how to save. Overall, though, what I'm saying, the only reason why I say about breaking things, I learned about breaking things. I even learned about walking away.
Sure.
Because walking away angry is not good. Because you could walk away in the anger and not notice that car is coming. You could walk away and not realizing that ball is falling towards your face.
Because the adrenaline.
Yeah. So not just the adrenaline, just you're not paying attention. You just focus on what you're focused on. And most people, when they get angry, I know more people got hit by cars because they were angry. I know more people who got in accidents because they were angry. I know more people who was just so caught up in something so minute to where it caused a big reaction. For sure.
Because people be thinking about everything else that had happened, and this is probably the icing on the cake. So at that point, everything just crumbles after that. So you're looking like it wasn't even that deep, and the whole time this has been months of stuff going on, and this was what actually made that person break. So
and if you notice, you've been around me long enough, like I'd be like, when people, I'd be like, okay, I'm not about to get upset.
That's more so the best option.
I'm like, because I'm not about to get myself upset about something they're upset about. I used to be so worried about, well, if they're upset, they're going to be so upset with me. If they're upset with me, they're going to get over it or get the hell on. That's just how life is, because I've seen too many situations. But if they're mad at the other people, they ain't gonna say nothing. They're not gonna do nothing, and they're gonna come back the next day with the same punishment.
And that's interesting. Do you feel like with that, they feel like it's a losing battle with the opposite race, and that's why they don't try to fight?
That's their master. That's why they don't fight. That's why most people bow down to their particular field. because I need this job, Lord have mercy. And then next thing you know, they fired. Now now the same person who was trying to give them the most, now they got to go back. Excuse me, Shandy. I know I walked away from you abruptly, but it's just because, I get angry, and then first thing a man say, I be wanting to hit something. And he never hit nothing a day in his life.
Yeah.
He just saying that so in the conversation you may feel some form of threat. But a real woman and real man would say, sit down, let's talk.
For sure. Talk it out.
And then once, if you feel like you want to hit me, we could go outside.
But typically after that, once you have talking it out, you get a level of
Talking
understanding.
it out, yeah.
Yeah, talking it out. That's what I said, talking it out.
Don't worry about it, okay?
Gotta watch the playback. Talking it out, but yeah, essentially once you have talked about it, you don't even be mad. You be mad at the initial disrespect or what was said or whatever, but once you get an understanding, like, hey, I didn't mean it like that, or I didn't say it like this or whatever, you do calm down a little bit.
If a person is your friend, they never meant it like that, and you should never take it like that. If you feel a person is your friend, that's what a conversation has to be had, because sometimes the conversation don't need to be had if that's your friend. Like anything that my brother Nate say to me, I know he don't mean me no harm.
Right.
He just mean it because he want to say it. And everyone has their obligation to stay true to themselves and say what they need to say. Now, how you receive it is a whole different story. Now, a lot of people, don't get me wrong, it took me a lot of time to grow out of that. By the time I was 22 years old, I had to deal with this. I had to deal with situations. I can't get mad at everything physically. My mentor, shout out to Minister Dawood Muhammad, he said, Brother Miles, you cannot wear your feelings on your shoulders.
Yeah. And I've heard that all my life.
Yeah. So did you change it?
It's easier said than done. I'm working on that, and that is one of my tactics that I'm using. So essentially, not to be so emotional or wear my emotions on my sleeve. I more so try to just leave. But like you said, leaving angry sometimes isn't always the best option either.
I learned by somebody say, who you love the most? I said my grandmother, my mama. She said every time you get angry, think like they on your shoulder. Things will either calm you down, or make you cry. Either way, you won't be angry.
Yeah.
So your life has to be based on what you want to finish, not what you want to do, but what you want to finish. And most people go through life not knowing what they want to finish.
Yeah.
So yeah. Next question.
So, have you ever been someone's therapist without realizing it? I think that was given to me. I think that role, that title was just placed upon me.
The answer is yes.
Yeah.
Hell yes. Hell MFN yes. I have been 99% of my colleagues.
Unknowingly.
Knowingly. You know it after a while.
But you just giving advice or just being the type of person that you are, they'll come back and give you feedback and be like, hey, that really helped me. Or, hey, I tried and did what you said and it worked.
Most people do not do that. I'm gonna tell you what most people do. Most people say, Miles, remember what you told me that stuff yesterday? Yeah. I said, yeah, that ain't work for nothing. I said, but did you do that? Did you do this? When you did that, what I told you? Oh, no. Now, when it worked, I don't hear nothing from them. Because they be like,
at least you know it worked.
No, I don't know.
You do if you don't hear from them.
I know spiritually now it worked because I see that when things don't work for people, they want somebody to blame. And if you're the person that gave advice, they're going to blame you. You know what I mean?
I can see that, yeah.
Like, so, yeah.
I can see that for sure. Okay, so talking to family is the same as therapy.
No. It's the worst thing you can do.
Family.
It's the worst thing you can do.
Okay.
So do
you feel like you should share to
Let me retract.
A certain extent?
Let me track with this. It's not good to talk to family if their focus is not the same as yours. Because they won't understand it.
Okay.
You might don't want to go to college. You like, look, I'm not going to college to go for them to tell me to read a book so I can graduate.
Got you.
You might say, what I'm going to do, I'm going to get a job as an intern over here. I'm going to learn this. And then when things open up, I'm going to apply for that job position because I know it, because I've been there. And then that's how majority of people that you see go up in status in business, it wasn't because of their degrees. It was because they knew how to do the job.
The skill.
The skill set. And the skill set came with the mindset. And that's where people be so discombobulated.
Yeah.
Shout out to my new show coming out on Sundays, August 2nd.
Okay.
Save it for Sundays. I'm sorry.
Save it for Sundays.
Because that's what I'm doing the marketing, because I need to let people know the truth.
About what's going on.
About what's going on. And even if they have a job, you are moving up in the job, not because you are defined by your degree, but you are defined by your actions.
Yes.
You
Each
know,
and every time.
Yeah.
Because they don't really ask for the degree, but someone can see how you reacted to something all day long. You never know who's in the room. You never know who's watching. So just be very cautious when you are
and some people
saying
purposefully,
different things.
and some things people purposefully know that and they would never tell you.
Yeah. Or some people try to test you and get up under your skin just to see how you will react to certain things. So
I used to do that until about 4 people in my life disappointed me. And I can't say I made the best persons out of those people.
Okay.
I think my pressure was too much, and it's still now they still doing the same thing.
Yeah, pressure on people is a thing. So do you think that successful people need therapy or counseling?
Yes. I mean, most of them have it, and they have it internally.
Okay.
And like me, I mean,
Because I hear more about mentors when I hear about successful people, or I hear them say mentor. You
Yeah.
don't really hear them say, "Oh, I'm going to therapy," or
well, your mentor is not your
counseling.
therapist.
Right.
Your mentor would direct you to the correct therapist. Your mentor knows what you're going through, and if he or she cannot reach you by telling you, she said, "Hey, well, maybe you need to go see Dr. Johnson,
Okay.
because evidently, if I can't get through to you,
He might can.
he or she can get back and get through to you." In most cases, most people, like people in the past 3 years, probably judge me for my current position, and those who know me well be like, hey, this just a glimpse. I seen them bounce back way. My mentor always told me, you bounce back like a hard rubber ball. I never seen nobody bounce back in 2 years, 3 years, and you just, pow.
Yeah.
Most people, they waddle in their own mud and cry and whine and somebody not doing this.
And stay there for a little period of time. People, I won't say people be liking to be baby, but some
They
people,
do.
it does take a little bit.
No, you said the right word.
It takes a little bit longer for them to get certain things, and they may need guidance in a different way. Some people may need to be taken by the hand and shown. Some people, you can just take them and be like, hey, this is what you do.
But that's not good.
Yeah, it's, just certain people have
That's not good.
certain ways of learning, and that's why I feel like we have those different areas.
Have you
we
ever
have
bet-
counselors, therapists, life coaches.
Yeah, but have you ever babysitted somebody?
Mentors.
Babysitted a kid? Have you?
Yeah.
Okay, so have you ever noticed the reason why? Where you going? They was going where you been. They're only going there because they seen you do it. And that's the problem with most people. People think that just because they walk through the same door as I am, that they can control the
And they'll
things
get
that's in
the
the
same
room.
results.
Yeah, and that's not going to happen. That's not going to happen.
I can see that.
And most people don't get it. But this is why a child, when you be like, hey, and the child only going where you been. You showed them where you going, where you been before. And that's why a child is so important. That's why you should have your babysit, because then you start to learn how to deal with people. Because
if you know how to deal with a child.
yes. Because a person 9 times out of 10, that's why when we open the door and they just walk their ass in here. But only those that been here before.
Did it.
And even in the fact that it's not their time, they still walk in the room.
regardless, they'll still walk.
There you
So I have a question, not only for you, Miles, but also everyone that is listening. Which is harder, asking for help or accepting help?
Both.
I think,
Well,
and that's tough because for me it would be both, but I think mine would be probably asking.
the question is to you though. That's probably because you only have limited people that you had to ask in the first place.
I think.
But when you start getting into the multitudes of people who I know, I'm asking everybody.
You're asking everybody. Do you feel like that was because at one point you were the one that didn't want to ask, so now you're
Yeah.
at the stage where you're asking?
Closed mouths do not get fed, and a Negro with no car don't go nowhere. I'm just being very honest with you. Now, trust me, I didn't ask for rides as of lately, and people, come on, Miles. It's like, and I want to tell them, you don't have to take me.
Yeah.
But just remember, the day when I say never mind, I mean never mind. Because what I don't do, I don't play that you one way one day, another day. I don't care if you're mad
hot
at me.
cold.
I don't care if you're mad at me. Just don't be like that because people don't understand. That would trigger me. What's gonna make me do? I'm gonna get a car better than yours, drive, and I'm just gonna upgrade just for no reason.
Yeah, but that's not always healthy either.
I ain't say it was, but
But that's just
That-
how you will handle things.
that's how you really used to handle things.
Okay.
I would. One guy, I asked
will
him,
up the score.
when I tell him, no, not the score, I asked him, hey, bro, can I come stay with you for about a couple of weeks? And just, I just got to say, well, he told me no. He looked up, I had an 8-bedroom house. He had to come stay over mine.
Yeah, I mean, you do essentially have to be careful how you do people.
Yeah.
And understand that every dog has their days.
Who-
So
Look at you. Oh, my
so
God.
annoying. So yeah, just be careful what you're doing out here. Just definitely be intentional on how you moving. Because yeah, all of that it follows you.
It does.
It definitely follows you. And even if you ain't have it happen to you right then and there,
Yeah.
it's coming.
You said it, every dog has their day.
Yeah. So what's the best advice a counselor, mentor, life coach has given to you?
Do it.
Just do it. Do it scared.
Do it. Matter of fact,
Do it unprepared.
that's what my book is called, Quit Being Scared.
Quit being scared.
Because the whole problem is the only reason why you don't do things or people don't do things because they're scared. They're like, I ain't scared. I just want to have all. And it's like, yeah, okay. See, everybody forget about that broken boy, that broken girl who is running from home, running from school every day because they was getting bullied and chased and bullied. Then the coach, not the principal, said, "Mate, you need to come and be on track." Now he or she on track. Now she's a track star. The same people who's bullying her is kissing her behind. Now,
One thing about them tables, they always turn.
So that's what people have to think about. And if they don't, they are the ones who wind up looking stupid. You feel me?
For sure.
Not only when that person was running from school, he or she was gaining endurance. She was learning how to run.
For sure.
She was learning they was learning how to run, and they was learning how to run faster, and running on concrete, hitting curves and all that. That's nothing but giving them endurance and giving them strength, and they learning how to do it. So yes, do it while you're scared.
Do it while you're scared.
Yeah.
Do it while you're scared. I think that was great advice, and I want to encourage anyone that has been looking into possibly therapy, counseling, anything along those lines. Definitely still go. Hip hop nerds, that's why you gotta treat everybody with respect. I leave with respect, so if I don't get it in return, what happens next is on you. And I agree with that. I leave
I like
with
that
respect.
because when I first met Todd, he bought a thing of whiskey,
Really,
a whole fifth.
so he didn't come empty-handed, and that's real. That lets you know the type of person that he is and where he came from. Because I just come greeting like, hey, like I come empty-handed. I gotta peep the scene. But no, definitely, if anybody is interested in counseling therapy, please seek that out. Please seek Google. Just
No, they should refer to you because you know people.
Thank you. That's good.
Refer to the person. Don't listen.
That is
Google.
good.
Google is really your enemy, whether we want to believe it or not.
Yeah, I just know reviews.
Yeah, and I don't go by reviews because reviews can be bought, sold, and everything.
That is true. That's why I was just lucky that I was able to go to, shout out to Team Rehabilitation on Shaner. They are a great physical therapy place. They will work with you. They work at your pace. They just want to see you get better, do better. They were the ones that essentially got me back up, got me back walking. So anytime I'm in the area, I still go by, I still say hi, I still stop in and tell them just thank you. And it's good for me to come in because they are able to tell people that they're working on at the moment how I was when I came in. I was in a wheelchair. I wasn't walking. I had a boot on, the whole nine. Like, they are able to see me now up and walking and moving around. And while they doing those exercises, they can give them a little bit more positivity, a little bit more hope to be like, hey, I'll get there one day. I just got to keep pushing. I just got to keep moving on. And I just want to let them know and let you know that today and every day you are one step closer. Thank you so much for tapping in. Thank you, Miles, for tapping in. Everybody in the comments, everybody in the comments, everybody who called in, thank you so much. Until next week, I'll see you guys. Peace.
One step closer, you got to get one step closer. Closer to love, closer to God, closer to who you want to be in life. Why? You got to get one step closer. Closer to love, closer to God, closer to who you want to be in life. Take one step at a time to reach your goal.